interconference matchup. This is their first chance to take a look at the Jazz this season. They took the loss in this East versus West matchup during the regular season last year, dropping both games.
And in their two matchups. You know, he's a great young player and even a better young man. So personally, I couldn't be happier for him. I know he's thinking about the game, but I hope he's able to take a moment to just enjoy this accomplishment.
Well said, and I hope so too. I mean, as a player, you want to stay even-keeled, but it's almost impossible. I mean, there's just so much that you've gone through to reach this point. It has to be emotional.
Taking a look at the Jazz, Swanson in a two-guard. Withy is out there with Trevor Booker. Then there's Alec Burks, and it's Burke in at the guard position.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
For the Detroit Pistons, they come in off the loss to the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, it's just hard.
Oh, and what a feeling it's got to be as we get to see the very first NBA bucket from Swanson.
You know, and there we have it, the first taste of this young man's scoring prowess, showing he can handle NBA defense.
That's exactly right. I mean, it's the NBA that's going to have to show it can handle him, not the other way around. He's ready.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Pistons lead by 4 and will return shortly. Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective for most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game. What remains to be seen, though, is will that translate to consistent production on the court?
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
How good has the ball movement been here? Just absolutely terrific.
Boy, that kind of timely passing, Greg, really fun to watch.
Jody Meeks out there with Reggie Bullock. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Baines in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. They're the group Detroit will start the second with.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot.
Too open that time. Made it look too easy. Bullock's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Pistons.
And guys, he's not the tallest or most imposing wing player, but Stanley Johnson has incredible strength and really unmatched confidence. One reason why so many were high on him in the draft.
A different look here for Detroit. Andre Drummond's checked in for Aaron Baines, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Reggie Bullock. And Utah with a change here, too. Favors is checked in. Favors with the screen. There's the dish to Burke. There's a screen. 6 to shoot. Out to the wing. Here's Burks. Rebound, Detroit. And for Johnson out of Arizona, Greg, his strength, as you were talking about, is his biggest asset. Helps that he has this incredible arm span. And Clark, you know what? He told me he likes to play the 2K game.
Yeah, he does enjoy that. He likes to play the real game, too,
yeah,
because he's hyper-competitive, and I think he's got a chance to be a superb defender at the NBA level.
Burks kicks to Freak. Another miss by Utah. And now the Pistons fast break. The shot is off, so Utah will take it the other way. Well, with Freak Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready. He's putting a lot at risk every year he stays in school. He could be on the NBA clock.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid in anything when it comes to basketball.
A different look here for Detroit. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Marcus Morris. Harris comes in for Johnson. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Jody Meeks. So Utah. And we've reached halftime in this one. It's Detroit leading by 14. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
All right.
All right, we've got some work to do, but it's not too late. Let's put our stamp on the second half. Now, a few things. First of all, let's buckle down on D and get a hand in their face when they're shooting.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons.
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight.
Checking out the game Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is having. He has 8 points, and he's blocked a shot today as well.
And he's clearly showing off his smarts in a few ways today. That block just being one of them. Just a savvy basketball player.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
So on the floor for Utah, Swanson, he's in at shooting guard. Trevor Booker is out there with Gobert, and it's Hayward, and it's Hood in at the one spot. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting two. Well, with Coach Stan Van Gundy, it was a very successful first year in Detroit. He's a guy who's going to build around defense. That's been his MO.
And Van Gundy has always been a defensive first type guy, Kevin. I mean, the last 30 years, he's has probably the best defensive efficiency for a career as a coach, and his teams always play with great emphasis on that side of the ball.
Both free throws good from Booker.
Boy, perfect half at the free throw line for him. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
And Clark, those free throws need to continue if they're going to get back in this game.
Outside Jackson, and Harris wide open. He shoots off target from three-point range.
Move it.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. And it's Freak missing. Pistons leading by 17. Outside Jackson. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Back to Jackson. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Marcus Morris is checked in for Detroit. Jody Meeks comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Utah also making some changes with he's checked in for Booker. Burks comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Mack subbed in for Hood. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Detroit. Johnson comes in. Detroit's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. The big men, Tolliver and Drummond. Caldwell Pope out there with Reggie Bullock. And it's Harris in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons. And it's Drummond missing.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over.
And a wide open look for Freak. Another miss by Utah.
Not his forte. I don't care how open you are. He should not be taking that shot.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Tolliver. Here's Harris. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Harris has got 5 points in the quarter. Freak with it. Out to the right wing. Withy kicks to Booker. Nice jump shot from the top of the key.
Assisted by.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Here's Caldwell Pope.
And guys, every season there seems to be a player who is at the end of their contract. They'll have talent and they'll be traded to a team looking for an extra piece. It's the ultimate risk-reward move, if you will, in the NBA.
Here's the screen. That one is good again. He's 6 straight from the floor with the basket.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Freak dishes to Booker. Pass to Burke. Kicks it to Freak. The 3. Utah the rebound.
There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys.
Off target from outside.
Some of the shots he's taken have been real head scratchers. I mean, come on. He's out there playing like it's a game of horse at the park.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Pistons.
They made more foul shots, and that was the difference.
And that was a huge advantage. The free throw game always a significant barometer in terms of who wins and loses.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. So I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Andre Drummond. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Drummond a screen. Out to Harris. Wide open look. Rebounded by the Jazz.
Move it.
19 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Booker. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for the Pistons, Trevor Booker. At the line for 2.
Free throw good, Booker. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And here is Blake. Now the feed to Bullock. And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Straight frustration right there, and I agree with you. Self-control of your emotions a must-have if you're going to play winning basketball.
And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positives to take away from this win. Offensively, defensively, every aspect of the game, it all went right for them.
And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, Andre Drummond, with a strong double-double, points and rebounds. He was a force that was not going to be denied with his efforts both on offense and defense. Kenny, your thoughts?
Well, Andre Drummond asserted himself in a big way in this game. He is a terrifying presence, and tonight he was fully motivated and engaged. His rebounding on both ends of the court has always been sensational. The man was just a monster in the paint.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow, I'm getting jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
nesse lugar. Eu pensei que preciso sair pra me libertar. Seja com quem for, a minha vida canta, nunca no mesmo lugar. Seja sozinho a dois, o resto eu vejo depois. Mas só em pensar que sua face, tudo que eu pedisse só você que me desse. Aí pensando desse esse quatro falasse, mas que pena, já era, não deixo mais a